Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded at about now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Lincoln. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 39. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson running again. 1st down and more for Jackson. And finally taken down at the 36-yard line. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability, and this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goal's all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the first down, Chiefs.
3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Scarborough. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
They go play action here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And some space here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Back to throw. Lincoln. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Jackson from the shotgun. That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the gun, Lincoln. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 32. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Looking to throw on second down. Lincoln flushed out right. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 4th down, Lincoln rolling to his left. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Bo Scarborough with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, Jackson nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Throwing on 1st down, Lincoln. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Lincoln. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
2nd and 15.
Looking to throw. Lincoln. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Henry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. They've got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Back to throw. Lincoln. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Lincoln. Dancing to his left. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. To throw is Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure this.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On 1st down, Lincoln. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Jackson now. Looking for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. There are 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lincoln. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 20, and he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun, Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's the backup Mayfield. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that challenge, a successful one. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 1st down, Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. Mayfield on play action. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Nicole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Second and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Baker. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there for KC. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Mayfield. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mayfield to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Mayfield. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathed a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.